Well, hello, morning. Hope everyone had their coffee. And we'll continue building out our map. So, just as a reminder, we are trying to uh, build this long passenger train line and generally trying to hook the towns into it. So, next bunch is going to be here. And I'll probably do some industrial stuff next time because that loss of profit is actually from cargo distribution on people. Because if you look at income, it's kind of flat and upticking, but our profit's heading down, which is, while not an actual issue because we're not playing for money, it's not favorable. So we connect these up, and then at some future point, there's going to be another train line here, and the half agreement was that there's going to be 10 of them. So one thing I'm thinking about is that we have a lot of industries, which is to say we have a lot more industries than we had. Can I turn that off? Do I want to turn that off? I don't know. I mean, I'll leave it on. Here's the thing. We have 1,400 towns. Some such anyway. Yeah. And if you look at what we're doing here, we're doing rough statistics of this is 10% because, like we're there and the map is, yeah. So even if I end up with 7,000 industries by the end, it's going to be a case of we either do this, at which point you may not be watching this for another 2 years, but if I do this, I'll be here for another 2 years. Or neither of us will be, or none of us will be. So, we either finish this or we don't. The fact that there are either 5,000 or 7,000 industries will make very little difference. If you look at, this is the third or fourth episode where we're basically bleeping around with 10% of 1,000 odd towns. And I kind of gave up counting, but this is episode 20 odd. I mean, obviously, I have it somewhere because they need to be numbered. But other than that, I've given up counting. So, yeah, this will take beyond forever. Which isn't necessarily a huge issue. I think there are people who just basically have these sort of things running in the background. And again, what I said the other day, or for me it was yesterday, and no, I don't care, is that if I connect this to this, that's a connection. Like we don't actually have to, and it's not too bad because then you have a port that could come here to the point I might just do that now, just demonstrate. Like we are not playing for the traditional. Oh, hello. Where are you getting around? Nah. Like we don't have to be making trillions of pounds no one cares. And I did say I wanted to be buying medium-sized ones because they're more sensible. Like if you look at just for variety's sake, at least you don't always watch me build out. Is this 3 different ones? Blimey. Yeah, it is 3 different ones. Okay, well, I think, I mean, by I think, I mean I know. We had fish ships, shipfish, monster fish. Anyone get the reference? Fish, monster fish. Ah, need a dock. The should keep you entertained. And then you guys want your monster fishes. So this really bugs me. There's way, like, the interface is too big, and I know I can set it, but then I can't see other things. Can I? So my problem with the, like, I know I can set this stuff. If I did that, like, geez. But the problem is the font's small. Like, yeah, how do you actually? I can't see. Yeah, no. I don't have an issue with the toolbar. I have an issue with everything else. Okay, you. Ah, shoot. Well, that actually was in the way. So we do that. I did. Well, forest? I'll be damned. Yeah, I'll casually do. 55 people. Okay, there's a hotel here. My coffee hasn't kicked in yet. It's funny, when I was a kid, I distinctly remember I had a history teacher in school, and he always, like, our classes started way too early. By which I mean, like, 6:45 or so shit, or definitely not later than 7. So I hinted at this, but I grew up in Hungary, although I moved away a long time ago. What are you doing? Why are you here? Seriously, what are you doing? Oh, you can't turn it down. Oh, marvelous. So, yeah, TLDR, I grew up in Hungary and I moved away when I was after uni sort of thing. And I now live in London, UK. Been living here a pretty long time, actually. As you may have guessed from me saying, I've been playing this for the better part of 30 years. Well, I mean, iterations of this game, obviously. More to the point, the way it's designated in Hungary is you have a so-called first class, and second class, and by class I mean like the first, yeah, the first thing in the day, which starts at give or take 8 a.m. I don't remember anymore. Uh, and that's fine because you wake up at comparatively sensible times, and then you do your morning routine, and you show up in school and that sort of stuff. Fine, no problem. Yeah, I'm going to have a bigger one here because it's like a whole bunch of hotels. Then, when you get slightly more senior, they end up having these so-called zeroth classes, which in plain human language just means you have to wake up stupid early because your actual first class starts at 7, 6:45, some such. Yeah, this is a terrible idea. 12 stops. Okay, have a few of them here because I think this is going to be busy. And then we'll probably have to have another one here, and then I want to connect those things up. So when you have zeroth classes, everyone's so sleepy, including the teachers, because, like, shocking as it may be, teachers are humans occasionally. And so there was this chap who always came in sipping his coffee, and when you're like 14 or something, you don't really get why, because at least when I was 14, energy drinks weren't that much of a thing, especially in Central Europe, especially not for 14-year-olds. We just kind of lived through it, so to say, without dropping dead. Like, oh, I'm sleepy, I'm sleepy. Okay, fine, man up. Yeah, timetabling's really killing me. Uh, and now I can't turn it off because I have 1,000 odd vehicles doing it. There's very little food. Fine. So that's a steel mill. That's clay. What I want here. I think a lot of this is going to be handled. Okay. I'm kind of thinking how to do this. So anyway, back to the topic of coffee. When I was a kid, I was like, yeah, coffee, haha, I'll never need it. And then, some years down the line, it's like, well, caffeine, hi, you're useful. I like you. Obvious overkill here. But this wants livestock. Which comes from here. So that's 200 tons. So, what the idea is, why do I have mineral unload? I mean, I could have mineral unloaders. It's just I'll deal with this eventually. Because what you have is that if I have this, and I know it's oversized, but we're not paying for it anymore. And I actually want this connected to the other one, water side. I'll be okay with that. So you go, and then we'll kind of have another one coming out here. In a failed attempt to avoid must demolish butchers. Why would I want to do that? The other thing is if I do this, then I might as well just, actually can't say sugar. One thing I'm actually curious about as time goes on is saving. So at the moment, saving is instantaneous. Okay, how much stuff you take? 45. I could just turn a bigger one, but this kind of balances things out better. And currently, a save file is actually 3 megabytes, where now it's 4. And we've covered probably significantly less than 1% of the map with regards to our goals and aims and stuff. How big of a bridge I can build? I think the actual limit is 128. Money is less of an object. Yeah, just take that and transfer. We'll just clone. I'll put an airport here or something, and probably here. The other thing I should do is probably get, the actual call out. That would be beneficial. So I'm not going to distribute everything like, well, kind of good, but I don't know if I want to bother. It's just going to get very crazy. So save games, like we're currently on 4 megabytes per save. And while I'm not actually keeping all the videos, because they're like 2 gigs each, at the moment anyway, I'm keeping all the save files. But I think I'm going to chop that down to like every 10th episode as time goes on. Otherwise, things are going to get out of hand a little. So, flute livestock. Milk livestock. Dairy. Well, dairy me. I don't think that 65,000 is going to be enough. By which I mean the limit of towed vehicles. So you want milk. Okay, it does a lot less slash fewer. I never know. I mean, obviously I understand the genetic difference between less and fewer. It's countable and non-countable, but you then have mass nouns, which are less. And I don't know if some of these count as mass nouns. Like, if you look at shampoo, it will say less broken hairs, plural. So it's not less broken hair strands or something. So it's not the fact that hair is less broken, it is that the actual count of hairs broken is lower. I don't know why I did that. And I've been enlightened at some point that is because hair It's a mass noun. Okay, we need to do something about this because now it's just plain stupid. Come on, 3R. There you go. Good. They can do their things a little less inefficiently. Because one epic bridge is not epic enough, we'll have another one. We'll just kind of ferry stuff between these two. So anyway, I don't know if farm supplies are supposed to be mass nouns or not. That was a TLDR. Yeah. I'm just going to hold these here. Don't actually particularly care. We're not going to bother with the steel mill because it's not primary industry. Otherwise, I will really never finish the game. You go there. You get play. Come back. Do it. I want to make this. Damn it. Okay, so you said livestock. And livestock. And I'm totally convinced, yeah, I've seen this. Food. Food. I'm genuinely curious what will run out first. Like, either the road vehicles or some other random integer value. I say it like, I don't know, too many fruit flies in the game. There's food. Do you want livestock? You want food. You kind of could turn it around if I was a bit nicer. Probably not the old one. 116 tons of food. Okay. Well. You know, and this is like one town. Probably could have stuck it there, but we're already making 500 tons of steel, which I have to take here. And you know what? This is where I'm actually going to start utilizing. I think that's just about far out. No, not. Right. And that is far out. Okay, we do not pay for infrastructure. In which case, still kind of want. How do I want this? Don't do that. Shut up. So if I do that, and then furnace, I don't really think I need a. Okay, steel. Give me the biggest mofo. Yeah, I'll do. I think initially one will do. And then, you know, this makes goods. So goods can come there because there's a shop sort of thing. Ah, no. Seriously? I'm stating the obvious, but the reason why I'm doing it with road vehicles is because it's a lot less painful than having to set up all the train lines and then kind of back out and maintain and stuff. And you know, if by any chance I'm still here in way too many years, and so are you, we can all think about streamlining things, but yeah, I don't care. What did I read about sand? So clay is a mineral. I just want to unload clay here. Kind of load it from here. See, that's why I'm less tempted to deal with planes. Like, you have to double up. As in, generally you have 2 tracks. That's just for the town. Don't be bigger, fine. It's not like we're going to have particularly heavy traffic here. Ugly. Why would I want to do that? Coffee needs to start doing its thing. Like basically, hovercraft. Yeah, I kind of do. Edibles tanker. Sure. Thing is that, like in the original game, I think like in TTD surf stuff, or yeah, there was a penalty. We don't even have an ungrouped plane that does engineering supplies. That's probably like too long surf thing. I don't even know how long this is going to be. 180 tons. Could be 5. Clay 5. I don't want to spend $500,000 on this. Well, looks like I'll have to. All of these are. Yeah. 120k. What's the 100? Get out of my. Well, B43 it is. How can you put clay in a tanker? Transfer. And what we'll do is go and Now I built this up to the point that there's like no hub airports yet, right? Well, sugar. Okay. We'll redo things. I know I can extend stations, but yeah, this is where we're going to need a few more of these. So I want a small airport here. And then engineering supplies, sort by capacity. Get out. 80. 60. I mean, that's 80 grand a year. How's that? Yes. Wait. I don't care. 30. Yeah, I'm not paying 80k. Bigger. We stand for time. Plenty. Like, what's the point of that? To just hold it in there. You want engineering supplies, but nothing else. I'm just doing it like this so that they're not connected. Fish. Actually, I can copy a medium fish boat. Total overkill. So fish can deliver food to some form of a store, which is going to be this one because that's the nearest. Not strictly necessary, mind you. I totally don't care about mail. Go. Like, there's just so many industries. Yeah, these two can come in here, sort of thing. finish this. Yeah, I wanted that. Go back, go back. I'm very tempted to casually ignore like engineering sample delivery. I mean supply delivery. Not in terms of we're just going to ignore ports, because I don't want to do that, but you know, if I has to be the weirdest setup. If I wanted to deliver supplies to every institution, never mind. Factory, something. Alien bunnies. I would absolutely be here beyond forever. Why would you want to do that? Kind of neat when it works. Because if you think about it, yeah, no, seriously, go away. I actually started to say earlier that in the original TTD game, if you said yes to those requests and then you actually didn't buy the prototypes, then they kind of ignored you for a decade or so. Like that was a penalty, which is no longer a thing here. So I can deal with one train, like let's say call 5. So we'll take one of these, move it to 5, and make sure that we actually sell. I'm pretty sure that's new. This is, but it doesn't matter because it costs exactly the same. It's actually heavier. And this can do scrap metal, so yeah, no. 5, 2, 4, 7, no. Go away. Like if I do this, as in I don't bother with engineering supplies, then we're looking at one train that can do the circle. If I put engineering supplies there, I then suddenly have to deal with I want to move, I don't know, 5. Need to find my wonky new train. Move. Go. My music just finished, which kind of lines up with we have a bit more time. Will Botimac face this again? Shall we actually? Oh no. Oh, because this needs to be a little longer. No, don't do that. It's probably going to cost an arm and a leg, and it's not. Okay. I don't even know if this. Nope. Who came up with this? You just take things. Neatly phrased things. Hoot professional. Okay, I want to know what you're doing. I think that was steel. Yes, good. Useful. Mighty stupid though, like I'm sending this around. Anyway, we're not playing for money. Money for nothing, and you know the rest. I don't know why I felt the idea. Well, the other thing is, this is not signaled out. I have a lot of questions. What are you doing? Why are you going that way? Why are you not stopping? Hello? Okay. We definitely don't want that. Ah, I'm paused. You immediately turn back. Oh. That was a bit weird. Okay, it's 55 minutes. Guys and girls, I'll cut here. I think we've proceeded with another 0.1% of the map. And we shall continue eventually. Interesting. People are slightly less of a problem. Okay, good. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I shall see you next time. Bye bye.